written by Dan Geller. Focus question: what makes Alaska a unique place? Table of contents. Welcome to Alaska. At the very top of North America lies like a vast, wide, and unique land. Alaska, located on the Arctic Circle. Alaska is west of Canada and between the Pacific and the Arctic Oceans. Alaska is land of adventure. Alaska name comes from Alaska. The word means great land in the language spoken by indigenous Alaskans group. The North Alaska is special for many different reasons, including its beauty, people, and natural resources. Read on to learn all about Alaska. The land. Alaska is enormous, covering all the 660,000 square miles, 1.7 million square kilometers. The coastline of Alaska is longer than the coastline of any other U.S. state. Because it is so big, Alaska includes many different landscapes. Alaska has around 100,000 glaciers of different sizes. It isn't all snow and ice. In Alaska, the land of the midnight sun, the most northern part of Alaska is known as the land of the midnight sun. Most of the land in Alaska is in what many Alaskans call the interior. The interior is full of mountains, glaciers, and Arctic tundra. The weather is freezing cold, and it can also be quite dry. Very few people live there. Alaska is home to 17 of the tallest 20 peaks in the United States. Denali, the tallest mountains in North America, towers 20,320 feet, 6,194 meters above sea level. The mountain's name means the tall or high one in the language of indigenous Quajican people. The lands include the size of the mountain, Alaska people and its history. Alaska has the largest area of any U.S. state, but the fourth smallest population. In 2020, the population of Alaska was about 733,000. Most of Alaska's people live in the cities. Anchorage, the largest city, had the state's largest port. Alaska capital is Juneau. No roads lead to this city. People can only get there by sea or by air. Between 15 and 18% of Alaskans, nearly one of every 5 people, identities files as indigenous. In fact, Alaska had the largest indigenous population of any state. There are 231 federally recognized native groups in Alaska today. They include Tlingit, Haida, and Tsimshian at the southeast coast. The Alex live in southeast Alaska, and the Inupiaq and Yupik live in the northern coast. Many of the Athabascan-speaking nations live in the interior. Russian fur traders were among the first Europeans to take over Alaska in 1740s. Russians enslaved Alaska natives and ruled over them harshly. By the 1800s, American fur traders were sold in Alaska in 1877. 67. The United States bought Alaska from Russia. Most of the lands had long belonged to indigenous peoples. However, gold was discovered late in the 1800s. Soon thousands of miners from all over the world came through Alaska. The arrival of so many miners, thirsty for wealth, led to the death of thousands of indigenous people. Alaska became an important location for the U.S. military bases. During World War II, 1939 to 1945, then it became the 49th U.S. state on January 3rd, 1959. Over time, the U.S. government and Alaska Native worked together to reach agreements. The Alaska Native Claims Settlement Act (ANCSA) of 1971 recognized that Alaska Natives have right to 44 million acres of land. That's around 10% of the state land. The act also saw that $962 million went to Alaska Natives. The wildlife. Alaska is famous for its snowy mountains, giant forests, and crystal clear lakes. This wetland is home to moose and bald eagles, whales, seals, sea lions, and many types of fish live in its water. Many animals in Alaska have thick fur or blubber to keep warm in very cold conditions. The Alaskan animals, such as snowy owls and mountain squirrels, remain white all year. Their colors help them to camouflage against the winter snow. However, other animals, such as the willow ptarmigan, change color from summer to winter. In summer, they are specked with brown to blend with the ground. In winter, they turn white. Thousands of wolf packs roam the state. They hunt animals such as moose, which often weigh more than 1,000 pounds. Wolves also hunt caribou, which there are around 750,000. They move each year from the forest to the coast. 3 types of bears live in Alaska. They include brown, black, and polar bears, mainly sea animals. Polar bears are great swimmers, usually found near sea ice. The natural resources. In the 1968, oil was discovered on Alaska's northern coast. This discovery completely changed Alaska's economy. The oil industry relies on the Trans-Alaska Pipeline. It is a giant oil pipe that stretches across the entire state from north to south. It takes oils from wells on the northern coast, the ice-free port on the Pacific coast. From there, ships carry the oil to the rest United States, to power homes, vehicles, and more. However, the pipeline has been steadily carrying less oil since the 1980s. Many Alaskans made their living from oil. However, the oil industry harms the state's wildlife and natural beauty. Many Alaska natives and others want to set aside huge areas of Alaska. They want to protect it ever being drilled for oil or changed by humans in any way. Others say doing so would be a waste of resources that could help many people. The oil industry has many risks. Hundreds of oil spills happen each year along the pipeline. The largest disaster took place in 1989. An oil tanker hit a reef, sending 11 million gallons of oil into the ocean. Fishing is also an important industry. In Alaska, Alaskan boats catch cod, salmon, and crab. Alaska had the greatest fish business in the country. It sells more fish than every year than any other state. Alaska beauty. One of the fastest growing parts of the Alaskan economy is tourism. Alaskans depend on the hundreds of thousands of people who visit their state from all over the world. Visitors arrive on cruise ships and airplanes. They go whale watching, hike through national parks, and visit Alaskan City. Alaska is vast and wide. During the darkest day of winter, the sky above Alaska sometimes fills with colorful light. This is called the aurora borealis or northern lights. They shine when Earth's magnetic push tiny particles from the sun. Alaska is a special land, but also faces some problems. It is warming faster than any other state. Scientists studied the length of snow season between 1997 and 2018. They found that it had been gotten shorter over time. Climate change is melting Alaska glaciers, which is damaging for Alaska natives and native wildlife. While Alaska's future isn't certain, it remains an amazing place of great beauty and adventure.